Welcome back to Basket Making 101. I've already talked about flat reed, I've talked about flat oval reed, and in this segment I'm going to show you the difference between the flat reed and the flat oval reed so that you'll know how to use it in your basket. This is a piece of flat reed. You can probably see how it's flat on both sides. This is the flat oval reed. So you can see how it's flat on the one side and oval on the other side. The reason you need to know the difference between the good side and the bad side is so that you won't have that bad, hairy, ugly side on the outside of your basket. When you weave that basket, you want the nice, smooth side on the outside. With flat oval, there is no guessing. The oval side always goes on the outside of the basket. With flat reed, it is more difficult to tell which is the good side and which is the bad side, because when you look at this, it looks smooth on this side and it looks smooth on this side. However, and I'm not sure just how close we'll be able to get with the camera to show you the difference, but this side has a shiny side to me, and this side does not have that shiny looking side. So just by looking at this as an experienced basket maker, I can already tell that this is the bad side. However, the ultimate test is to bend this. Now, this has been soaking in water, and I'm going to bend this over my finger. And indeed, we have all of these little hairs popping up. My analogy for you, so that you can remember to always get the bad side, which is the hairy side on the inside of the basket, is this. I used to like to eat shredded wheat cereal, and I would always have to put the shredded wheat cereal inside of my bowl. So this looks like shredded wheat, and so we want it on the inside of the basket. The other thing I want to show you about the reed and the hairiness of the reed is to show you on this piece how I know this is the bad side, the hairy side, even though it's dry. But I want to point out to you that if you have some pieces like this that are popped up on the sides, you do not want to pull these off because it doesn't run straight like if you were ripping fabric. So what you need to do is take your shears. This is where your nice pointed narrow tips come in really handy with these. If you don't have a pair of these, you can use little clippers of some kind, fingernail scissors, just any kind of small nippers that you have. But you just want to go in there, and I kind of open this up and then snip. So I have, there's one that came up when I was grabbing a hold of it. Now I will tell you that it is much easier when you are preparing your materials to make your basket. It's much easier to take these pieces and trim off those annoying little hairs. The other thing that you can do with these is take a piece of sandpaper and you can just sand down that little edge. And believe it or not, I know some people who sand down each and every one of their pieces because they like a nice smooth look to their basket and they want all those hairs off. It's easier to do while you're making it than afterward because the spaces are so tight. The final thing I want to show you about the difference between the hairy side, the smooth side, trimming hairs, is the reason that you need to soak this in water. Because this piece that was soaked in water for about 10 minutes in warm water, I could easily bend that without breaking it. However, this piece is dry, and if I tried to do that while it's dry, and I go like that, oh, I can tell the bad side. But then I made this horrible crease in it, and if you turn it this way, you can actually break these pieces. So you always want to make sure that you put them in warm water to soak. And the other thing is that I like to do is to put liquid fabric softener in my water, and we're not quite sure why it helps keep your reed wetter longer. Someone that I knew a long time ago said that they thought maybe it's the small amount of wax in the fabric softener that helps with retaining the water. But I do like, after giving it a good rinse first in some warm water, then I like to actually soak it for a little bit longer with just some generic priced fabric softener. So that's all I wanted to tell you about the good side, the bad side of the reed, how to find it, how to weave it in your basket. So I invite you to join me for the next segment of Basket Making 101.